Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
And we are here. Audio working, connection stable, all good. Welcome. My name is Ike. This is TAGN, the Angry Game News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 p.m. I talk about news and gaming news in particular. mainly, and some movie news and some TV show news stuff. But I try to focus on video game news because I think that's what's missing, at least on Rumble. Where we are on Rumble, on YouTube, and not Twitch. Twitch not today. Kick though. Twitch for some reason has an error in Rumble Studio. Our main topic is the fucking crap pop figures there. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess with those. I never liked those, but we're gonna talk about the Funko Pop crap mainly, and we have also Stalker news. Stalker developer is very pissed at one team show who supposedly ripped off their game, and they DCM'd 8 their asses out of existence on Steam. But before we come to that, let's talk about the rest we have. Because a lot of stuff happened over the weekend, not enough though, like diverse stuff in that sense. A lot of Arc Raiders news. Arc Raiders seems like unstoppable for the moment. Reached almost 500,000 concurrent players on Steam alone. So big success there for now. When a new game comes up, a new hyped game, it's gonna be dethroned, just like with any other hype game. Before that, it was Dune, the Dune game, Dune Awakening. Before that, it was probably more or less Peak. Before Peak, it was probably more or less still Helldivers, and now we are just in the month of Arc Raiders. I mean, if people enjoy it, fine. But don't expect too much loyalty. And ahoy Beamer there. It took a second on my end to start. What do you mean? Like the loop at the beginning? Well, it starts every time timely, meaning it is 2 p.m. Eastern. Good to see you, Beamer. The next Mass Effect game is in development. BioWare assures. I don't believe them. The new Mass Effect game, first announced in 2020, remains in development. Mass Effect executive producer at BioWare, Mike Gamble, said in an N7-day blog post today. Let's start by setting the record straight. The next Mass Effect game is in development, and Electronic Arts and BioWare remain committed to telling more stories in this universe, Gamble said. The truth is, the last few years have been an incredible busy time at BioWare. But currently, the team is heads down and focused exclusively on Mass Effect. We have a lot of universe to cover, lots of features to build, and lots of romances to figure out. We are excited by what we are building, and we promise you, when we are ready, it will be a lot of fun to show. Until then, thank you for your patience, because y'all are thirsty for news, and I see you looking for secret meaning in my tweets. Okay, sometimes they have secret meaning. Exclusively, the BioWare is working on Mass Effect. I mean, do you have any other IP at the moment that anybody might want from you at this very moment? No. I have to remind everybody too, because BioWare is owned by Electronic Arts, EA, and EA is now in a buyout, becoming completely private by the Saudis, and many at BioWare were like afraid it's gonna be less gay now. It's gonna be less gay. We're gonna lose all our jobs. And yeah, I mean, your last hit was Dragon Age: The Veilguard. So I'm not expecting anything from you at this point anyway. I told my audience in the news here probably about 3 months ago that I personally think in about 2 years, you don't have any BioWare anymore, and nobody's going to care about the IPs, really. The IPs are going to remain in the hands of Electronic Arts, so they are not going to go away. EA might want to make a buck here and there and just selling off the certain IPs like Mass Effect or the Dragon Age stuff they have, like certain stuff they have of Dragon Age. Yeah, nobody cares really for BioWare anymore. So they try to stay in the headlines and assure people, yeah, we are still in the business. Gamble also discussed the Mass Effect television series currently in development at Amazon. I haven't talked about it much, but you might have heard a little something about a TV series. A question mark. Gamble said, "We've been partnering closely with Amazon on it, and we are really excited with what the talented team over there is coming up with." Yeah, I don't think they are really talented. They are just doing a bunch of stuff at Amazon and not a lot of success with those adaptations in live action manners there. And Mass Effect might be one more in the books for Amazon, and never think about it again. And I also have to remind everybody, Amazon bought up the Expanse, and the Expanse not very successful, and it's pretty much the same material, kind of very sci-fi, AI stuff, romances in space, gay romances, a lot of politics in space, and that's like Mass Effect. And now we're gonna get very soon the Expanse video game, which is already talked as a Mass Effect-like game. So I don't think Amazon cares too much. They are just trying, and maybe it hits, and maybe it hits not. It doesn't hit. Who knows? The writers' room is going strong, and we've got a lot of to figure out about how it fits within the Mass Effect canon, and where it sits in respect to the new game. The show will explore a brand new story with the universe's timeline and will be set after the original trilogy. It won't be a retreat of Commander Shepard's story, because after all, that's your story, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed Mass Effect 1, I enjoyed 2, I can't remember shit of 3 though, and I have not touched Andromeda yet. I have it in my EA account there, now for about 2 years already, but never touched it, so I don't know anybody who is really like waiting for your new product, just saying. Oh yeah, ouch my junk. I love how you say executive. What's wrong with executive? What's wrong with my executive? I like the Expanse for the most part. Yeah, but you are for the most part then gay too. I mean, up to season 3, it's fine. With season 3, it just got too much politics stuff in it. And I don't know how accurate it is according to the books. I don't care. If the show is too gay, it's too gay. I don't care if it's book accurate in certain regards. I really don't. Season 1 is amazing because it focuses way more on the proto molecule, right? The whole feeling is different too, you know. But yeah. Are you excited? Are you like calmed down now that the BioWare guys assured you it's gonna come? Don't worry, we're working hard on it. After the Dragon Age, the Failguard failed miserably, they are assuring you, yeah, don't worry. It was just our gay phase, maybe. I'm not trusting them, jack shit. I'm not trusting. Season 5 got weird. No, it got weirder earlier. Now, GTA is gonna be delayed to November 2027. But Take-Two had more to say, and while they assured us they want to deliver quality, they also talked about numbers in their investors call there. So let's talk about this a little bit. Red Dead Redemption 2, now the 4th best-selling video game of all time. Amid confirmation that GTA 6 really has been delayed again, we have word that Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption has become the 4th best-selling game of all time. As detailed in the publisher Take-Two's investor call yesterday, November 6th, I'm covering like the time from news to news, you know. So November 6th, the sequel has sold over 79 million units, making it the best-selling title of the last 7 years in the US, based on dollar sales, and taking sales of the entire series to 106 million units. That's a lot of sales, I'm gonna admit. And they're giving you like direct numbers. You know, it's not like Ubisoft hiding behind certain facts, just mentioning 2 million players and then no words ever again about how successful really stuff is. Because if stuff is really successful, you're gonna tell people about the numbers. And Take-Two does it here with the investor call. With 79 million sales, that puts Red Dead 2 just ahead of the prior 4th place Mario Kart 8, estimated 78 million sales, as well as PUBG 75, The Oregon Trail 65 million, Terraria 64 million. Holy shit, I didn't thought about that. The Witcher 3 is 60 million, and the original 1985 Super Mario Bros. 58 million. So yeah, that's good success story, and that might lead to a Red Dead Redemption 3 just because it's pretty successful and it's a Rockstar and they might make a buck here and there, you know. After, I think, GTA 6, they need something else, right? And Red Dead Redemption 3 might be the possible way to go. Oh, haste. I tried Mass Effect, couldn't get into it. Well, then you probably wouldn't like, I assume, because it looks very, very, very similar to the Expanse game, which will come out soon. We don't know exactly when. Are you a Halo fanboy, everybody? Anybody? Halo fanboys? No? Because Microsoft lied to you once more. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that they are lying to us? Fans and gamers. 4 years into its 10-year plan, Halo Infinite is officially ending major updates. The news was shared in a lengthy blog post detailed Halo Infinite's next update, Operation Infinite, which will release on November 18th. As we look back on 4 years of evolution and updates in Halo Infinite, we'd like to thank our community for your steadfast support. I didn't support them. I played it, the main campaign of the Halo Infinite. It was lame. It was really, really lame. Gameplay-wise, it was fine, but the story just didn't. I couldn't go along with the story. It was just feeling like dog shit. Like, I've seen it already very often in Halo itself, you know. But that was like about almost 3 years now ago when I had Xbox Gaming Pass. I could play the Halo Infinite, and yeah, I don't miss it. I don't miss it. Without your feedback and enthusiasm, Halo Infinite multiplayer would not be the special place it is today. A robust arena for slaying and playing, with something for every Spartan. And when you teabag people in our multiplayer, you're gonna be banned, by the way. Don't forget that either. So fuck all of you. That's how much enthusiasm they like from players. They are so full of it. So full of it. 10-year plan now is ending. after 4 years. With multiple Halo titles in development, we'll need our whole team's combined focus to deliver new experiences with the same passion and care that our community has given us. While we will remain committed to supporting Halo Infinite on the road ahead, Operation Infinite is the last major content update currently planned. There you go. You're gonna get on the 18th of November here, the last major update with content, and after that, yeah, probably just security updates. And server gonna run, who knows, maybe for 2 years more, maybe for 3 years. I mean, they're not gonna just get rid of the servers because they're gonna need it for their new projects. The newest project is now, as far as I remember and know, Halo Evolved, not Evolved, the other one. Just a remaster of the first one. Another remaster. Because with the Master Chief Edition, you actually got like all parts 1 to 3 remastered. I enjoyed them, the remasters. They played well. They played absolutely fine, in my opinion, on the Xbox One back in the day. So I am not asking for a remaster of the first one either. But I guess fans are stupid and they're just going to believe them and give them all the monies. This is total Microsoft. I like the first 2 Halos. I've been playing Halo 2 campaign on Steam Deck. It's great. I assume you mean like from the Master Chief collection there. And it, like I said, in my opinion, it plays well enough. It looks fine, and you can switch on the spot from original visuals to the newer remastered, which is fine. Worked pretty well in my humble retard opinion. T-band, not T-band. I mean, if you get for T-bagged band, maybe that's the term you kids come up with. T-band. I bought Infinite on Steam. I may play the campaign on Linux. Ah, yes. Haste, our Linux cock. He's a Linux cock. He loves his Linux. If you need to switch, if you don't want to go to Windows 11, I guess get in contact with Haste. He's gonna teach you how to switch to Linux and make gaming possible. It takes a little work for sure, but he knows how to do it, and he can tell you. Now, I'm waiting kind of for that, like many others. I'm not gonna pre-order if it would be available, but I'm kind of waiting for it just because of the story. Half-Life fans believe they've worked out a possible announcement date for Half-Life 3, and it's very soon. And we hear that like every year though since Half-Life 2, but yeah, maybe there's something behind it. Fans believe they've uncovered a possible time frame for when we may finally learn about Half-Life 3. We've already had strong evidence, if admittedly no specific confirmation, that Valve is working on a major new Half-Life project of some kind. After a trustworthy report last summer detailed the data mined assets backing up a leak from an actor likely involved, we were then told the new Half-Life project, codenamed HLX, was not just in development, but was now playable end to end. Might be. Big doubts, though. Might be big doubts, though. And now Redditor, Sam Securus? I don't fucking know. What a weird name. Believes they've worked out when an announcement may be coming simply by analyzing the Steam store's top banner. Valve uses the top banner on the front page of the Steam store whenever they want to promote a Steam sale, Steam event, or new products like games or hardware, the user reasoned. Whatever's on the front page of Steam gets a huge amount of exposure. they put Half-Life Alyx on the front page banner immediately after the announcement back in 2019, as well as the Valve Index when it was announced. When there's a Steam sale or event, it takes up the top banner for the whole duration of those events. Summer sale, Next Fest, etc. Therefore, they will not announce anything at the same time as major Steam events are happening, as they would be cannibalizing their own sales, they added. Emphasis is theirs. They'd rather reschedule stuff to ensure they're not cannibalizing themselves. They then linked to a list of scheduled Steam events for the rest of the year, pointing out an unusual large gap between 18th November and 8th December. This could mean that Valve plans to announce Half-Life 3 or Deckard or both on November 18th, and made sure no other Steam events were happening at that time, they added, and so on and so forth. I don't know if that's enough, just because it's like an unusual gap at this time of the year. You know, a little bit longer gap for autumn sales, pretty much we are in right now, and then the Christmas sale or end year sales. It's not a big gap either, about 2.5 weeks, something like that. So, yeah. Maybe they're just giving us unnecessary hope. I would like to see Half-Life 3 finally happening. And they assured us very often, though, at Valve, like, yeah, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's still, like, in development. They never denied it. We just crossed it and canceled it completely out of existence. So, who knows, though? Who knows? It would be time, though. It would be fucking time. Half-Life 2 came out 2004. Long fucking time ago. And in the meantime, we got a lot of updates, like visual updates for Half-Life 2. And the last update was pretty much ray tracing stuff. But yeah, the gap is pretty big. I was not into Alyx. I just kept my distance from that crap, to be honest. Yep, I'd spend one-on-one time with anyone because fuck Microsoft. Who doesn't want some one-on-one time with Haste? Anybody? I don't have like romance music on my Steam Deck. Sorry, Stream Deck, not Steam Deck. It was quite something to see Halo 1 remastered on the PlayStation homepage. Valve can't count to 3. I think they can. They are smart enough. They're making like tons and tons of money with other 3s. But yeah. Are you looking forward to Halo 3? Halo 3. Half-Life 3. Not mixing up those two IPs. I'm looking forward to it. I want to learn what is gonna happen next. Waiting now for 21 fucking years. Yes. That enough time. We might be waiting 4 years for K-pop Demon Hunters 2, but fans of the Netflix movie believe that's a good thing. Quality content takes the time to make. Quality content. I mean, visually it looks like any other fucking animated CGI animated movie. I see nothing special with it. It is special though because it's for teeny girls mainly that can sing along with those Demon Hunter girls here and their songs. So maybe you're transitioning, identifying now as a teeny girl and waiting for the second movie, because it's the biggest movie for Netflix now. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Great animation takes time, and that goes double for anything the quality of beguiling K-pop Demon Hunters. Netflix and Sony's bubbly fusion of pop music and fantastical action has taken the world by storm, ensuring a sequel. Sadly, we won't see the follow-up for some time, but fans know that's for the better. The belief currently is that K-pop Demon Hunters 2 won't arrive until 2029. In the meantime, the film has become Netflix's most successful movie ever, taking on the box office with sing-along screenings aplenty around the world. Yeah, I assume at least Ouch My Jung is going to the theaters now again, just for this. Demon Hunters, the sing-along version in the theaters. Maybe dressing up as a demon hunter and singing with all the other teeny girls. Would be a weird sight to behold, but yeah. From here, 2029 seems like ages away, but it's important to get Huntrix's next chapter just right. I'm kind of glad they are at least taking their time with it and not rushing one out. Quality content takes time to make, says one Redditor upon reading the news. Yeah, and we know that the Redditors are the most important audience for such a movie. It's just crazy to me that such a movie is the biggest hit for Netflix. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I am not planning on seeing it. I could see it anytime I want, because I know how to download movies still. But yes, I'm not a teeny girl, so it's probably not made for me. Waiting with an instant wood. Don't know. Will there be a body pillow for K-pop Demon Hunters asking for a friend? He's gonna unfriend you, man. I guess a teeny girl for 20 says, hey, am I a teeny girl? But much appreciated for the whole $20. Let's see if that works. It should work. What? I can't fucking pin that in Rumble Studio? Well, sorry. I would like to pin it, but I can't. I really just can't. I don't know why it doesn't allow me to pin it. It's weird. Sorry. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Thank you very much. And no, I'm not a teeny girl. I have a dick. I mean, in today's time, I guess it doesn't matter a lot, but it is what it is. Yoshi design for the Super Mario Galaxy movie leaks. We got leaks finally, and pretty much confirmation with this leak that Yoshi is a big part of the upcoming Nintendo movie, Super Mario Galaxy. And the leak comes from a place where nobody really expected it. But it is confirmed now. Not by Nintendo itself, but they are partners. So, yeah. Our first look at the Super Mario Galaxy movie is thanks to Pillsbury. Pillsbury cookie dough for the film is planned that features Yoshi eggs. Meanwhile, the packaging shows us the character's face. Here's a look. That's how the packaging looks. That's Yoshi's face. I mean, they still can change it, make it more detailed. Maybe a different green, maybe another white on the cheeks here. And those are the Yoshi eggs, cookie dough. I don't like cookies to be green personally, but that's just me. And here you have on the packaging, like the Super Mario Galaxy movie logo and saying only in theaters. A little bit early, maybe. Maybe it was not supposed to be displayed so early on already. But maybe Nintendo is just disclosing their involvement and their partnership with Pillsbury this way. Who knows? The back of the packaging gives us another look, specifically Mario riding Yoshi. There are also signs of Bowser Jr. here and Rosalina with the Comet Observatory, which is this one here. And here, Mario riding Yoshi. I mean, it looks like they are flying, so flying being involved in the movie, possible? Who knows? Still, I don't like the cookie dough to be green. Just saying again. A previous unconfirmed leak suggested various characters would be appearing in the movie, including Bowser Jr. You can check out here. The links are down below as usual, by the way. Much of the film is still a mystery. While it's only a few months away, so far we've only seen a short teaser trailer. The Galaxy games will serve as a base, but the film should take things further and in a different direction. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is coming to theaters on April 3rd, 2026, while Yoshi will be popping up in the film. Expect to see the characters in his own brand new game, specifically Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Yeah, if you have a Switch 2 or Switch in general, you might see it there too. Who knows? Oh, I'm Mrs. Sarge. Thank you for the pin. Everybody saw the comment, but thank you for the pinning in the chat. I mean to pin it in the stream itself. I don't know why Rumble Studio all of a sudden doesn't allow it anymore. That was possible at one point. Let's refresh the page, Rumble Studio page. Maybe. No live chats yet. Well, Rumble Studio being retarded. What can I say? But Hayes needed to say it, so I guess that's the important part. Let's get to Todd Howard first, before we go to the Stalker news. Because Todd Howard was talking to GQ, the Men's Health magazine, as they call themselves, I think. And they are telling you these days, trannies are good. If you don't do it with a tranny, female, you're a bigot. I never was interested in JQ, so I don't know a lot about them. Todd Howard says the Elder Scrolls 6 is still a long way off, but teases it could be shadow dropped. Developer Bethesda Game Studios announced the Elder Scrolls 6 more than half a decade ago at E3 2018, but according to executive producer and game director Todd Howard, the game is still a long way off. Howard told GQ this in a new interview where he also teased that when TES 6 is ready for release, the company might shadow drop it. And with shadow drop is just meant just dropping it without announcing when it's gonna happen. So who knows? I don't think they're gonna do it with a major new game in general. I don't think that's gonna happen. But Todd Howard is Todd Howard. He's very retarded. He's very scummy in my opinion. So who knows? JQ mentions Bethesda shadow dropping the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered back in April and asks if the company could actually do that with TES 6. Howard says, you might say that was a test run. It worked out well. Yeah, I mean, you announced that it's gonna come, the Oblivion Remaster, and all the fans were super hyped. All the fans bought it, of course. And after all the fans bought it, nobody is talking anymore about the Oblivion Remastered. Because when the fans' hype was over, people saw like the performance was actually not really great. And it lacked, and it was still very buggy. Even being outsourced, I might remind everybody, didn't save them from all the bugs. So yeah. It made money, I bet. It made money for them, but it's just a remaster. It's not a new game. And you knew that your fans, your hardcore fans will buy it no matter what. While not definitive, it sounds like shadow dropping TES 6 is a possibility one day, but given Howard also told GQ the game is still a long way off, more than 7 years after its initial reveal, it will be a while before we see anything like that happen. Elsewhere in the interview, Howard says Bethesda has hundreds of people working on the Fallout franchise right now. between Fallout 67 and the other things we are doing, but notes that TES 6 is the everyday thing. Yeah, we don't know exactly if it's going to be Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas remaster, or maybe even Fallout New Vegas 2. They're going to be maybe mystery shadow dropping that too. Who knows? They are very X-Files like with their stuff these days. And Fallout 76 was, by the way, also a flop at the beginning. After they fixed a lot of shit, they redeemed themselves, kind of. And now it's sort of a beloved franchise. After 5 years or so, it finally became something playable. While waiting to learn more, one day read about this. That's not super interesting for us. So yeah, he is talking to JQ of all men's health magazines out there about video games and shadow drops. Are you waiting for this? No. I mean, who cares, in my opinion? I'm not trusting Todd Howard with anything. It just works, Todd Howard. It just works, Todd Howard. Heading to make lunch and work out. Okay, Mrs. Sarge. Who knows what she means with work out these days, though. Maybe she's just blowjobbing Dear Sarge there while he sucks on a BBC, on a big brown cigar. I have an elliptical and a weight bench. I have to stay in shape to peg Sarge when he needs it. When he needs it. He needs it every day. He needs it every day. So you need to be in shape every day too, right? You know what I need to do, though? Unfortunately, that's the thing. I have to just get rid of that stuff, and I can't do it right now. Because not enough people watching the hard game news. The real hard game news. Whatever. Let's move on then. Stalker 2 Death strikes down copycat game Misery with DMCA claim. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl developer GSC Game World has struck down co-op survival horror shooter Misery with a DMCA alleging copyright infringement. After Valve said it had no option but to take down the game before it too was subject to copyright claim, the Misery team, chiefly consisting of a solo developer called Merwing, claimed it was under attack, insisting Misery is a completely different concept happening in the fictional Republic of Zasliavia, and it has nothing to do with the GSC's Stalker 2. It has nothing to do with the Stalker universe, Chernobyl, etc. Misery uses no chapters, plot, storylines, assets, monsters, music, code, etc. from their games. It is all either originally created or legally licensed. We also think that this is an abuse of power against small independent developers by a large corporation. I wouldn't call GSC a large corporation, but way larger than you, probably, that's for sure. The team wrote of its game, which released on Steam on 23rd October. We do not pose any threats to GSC or their IP. We do not compete with their games, nor do we use any of their IP. Of course, Misery was inspired by many things, including games, movies, and books, but filing a DMCA strike for that is wrong. We also want to remind GSC that their games draw heavily from Roadside Picnic and the Stalker movie by Tarkovsky, and they do not own the copyright on depressive Soviet-era buildings, playing guitar, vodka, radiation, or abandoned locations, or even the poo. Why you mention the poo there? I mean, maybe there are poo lovers in Soviet Russia. I don't know. As a consequence of the claim, the game has disappeared from the Steam storefront. We are 100% sure this is a misunderstanding will be resolved. Misery will be back on Steam very soon, and we will see many amazing updates and new content, the team added. This is very unfortunate. And painful for us, both mentally and financially. But the development continues. All the updates will be delivered on time, and soon we can play Misery again. The message from Valve included screenshots comparing Misery to Stalker 2, including side-by-side comparisons of a gloomy Soviet-era neighborhood from Stalker, Call of Pripyat, and a similar environment in Misery. Another side-by-side comparison showed characters in both games sitting around a fire, wearing gas masks, playing guitar. Oh yeah, that's now patented by GSC probably. I don't know why they do that, because let's take a look on this picture here on the comparisons. And having gas mask in a Soviet-like era where everything has radiation, it's not very super unique. It is not very super unique. So is that enough to do a DMCA claim on the game? You can see it yourself. That's the visuals of the game Misery. And that's Stalker, call Clear Sky here. Some dudes in a war and mask outfit here around a campfire, and one is playing guitar. Like, that's the sole comparison here, really. Like that's not the game itself in that sense. You're not playing the game for exactly only that. And yeah, even like depressed scenery here in Stalker with fog in the background, colorless buildings, fog very, very unique, in games. I don't know if that's enough. I don't think at all. And the whole game style feels very different. I looked up the gameplay, some gameplay footage of Misery. It's very cheap. It looks very cheap. It has like low resolution texture. It's a little bit wonky playing. It has building abilities. You have a base where you can build stuff. So it has another part there, a more unique part for your team, building a base up with survival building things, kind of, I mean, not unique concepts here. Like that's the best they could come up. Teemo Stalker. Yeah, I mean, you can call it that, but it's just not enough comparison. If that's the best they could have come up, comparing this one screenshot with this only, and not having like a whole collage, a whole collection, like side by sides, it doesn't look good. And Valve just protecting their asses, just removing it right away from the store, because GSC is like small balls, low testosterone here. Being afraid of that, I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know. The team closed on imploring people not to review bomb GSC, writing, "Do not insult them or other people in the comments, especially for their nationality." Because GSC is a Ukrainian company there, by the way. We do not support, we do not want or support that. Whoever in the privacy of its members only Discord channel, the developer was considerably less polite and posted a screed of pejorative slurs, prompting a follow-up apology. After the DMCA strike, some people found my old posts and comments that included inappropriate and offensive statements, the developer said, thanks to PC Gamer. Many are rightfully upset, and I completely understand why. First of all, I want to acknowledge and take full responsibility for my past words. What I wrote was immature, thoughtless, and wrong. It does not represent who I am today or what I believe in, and I deeply regret posting it. I do not support any form of extremism, violence, or discrimination against any group of people. I truly value and respect our players and friends from all countries and backgrounds. As for the DMCA strike, we will handle it calmly and professionally. There is no basis for it, and I believe Valve will review the situation fairly. Since then, Reddit investigators believe they found unsubstantiated evidence that assets from Stalker 2 were indeed used to create misery. And I followed up this link, and either the link is wrong or they're just being stupid here in general, like everybody pretty much. And we see what they wrote. Fucking GSK, they call it GSK here. Gay world sent us strike for weird ass shit. Just look at the claims of those retards. We will fight right now to return our game. And they show just the same comparisons picture here, you know, and calling them retards and calling the whole situation shit and all that. I don't see anything wrong with that, you know. Help us to spread the word about the unjust. Let the GSK know that they are wrong. They are pissed off that the solo developer made a good game while Stalker 2 sucks ass. I mean, it's not a super wrong statement, to be honest, in my humble retard opinion again. Because Stalker 2, not very successful. Not very successful. Performance was not good, and even with major updates, still not the greatest performance. And sales numbers are not looking that great either. It might be good in a few years, because that's a good thing with games. You can update stuff, you can make it better, you can change content in it to make it work in the first place. So all those companies can somewhat redeem their product. It's not like with movies. If it bombs, if it flops in the box office, you can't just change it. That might come in the future, who knows? Like making on the fly digital updates there, who knows? But with games, that's possible. And Stalker 2 might become profitable, way more profitable than it is right now, because nobody's talking about Stalker anymore at all. It was released, people were hyped, some people played it, many people were like let down with the performance, and yeah. So he's not super wrong with sucked ass. And when he has more success, like percentage-wise, with like putting that amount of money into your product and getting like more out of it, yeah, then it sucks ass for sure. I don't see anything wrong with that statement. Immature, probably, yes, but that's me too. I don't care for words. I'm just using them on a daily basis. So I don't think anybody found like evidence of assets being used just because they actually showed what the claim was in the first place. Maybe Eurogamer linked it wrong. Who knows? Game journalists, right? Which may be why GSC has cracked down, particularly on this developer and not other copycat titles. Others purport it may be because the developer and seemingly some elements of the game's fanbase allegedly supports Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and GSC is a Ukrainian studio. Earlier this year, GSC Game World announced its plans for updates to Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl for the remainder of 2025. Big ticket updates include tweaks and changes to the A-Life system. Unreal Engine 5 performance gains, and new night vision devices to play with. Yeah, that's maybe the reason why the game sucks ass. Especially the AI stuff, the AI system seems to be hated, actually. But yeah. Okay, quick, before I go below 10 again. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys, but I just have to. I just have to do that. Yeah, put it there. You've probably noticed, Rumble is growing fast and it's not slowing down. They're building a real alternative to big tech that puts creators first and actually protects free speech. And now there's Rumble Premium, an easy way to upgrade your experience. With Premium, you get ad-free viewing across the platform. No pre-rolls, no interruption, just the content you came for. Hard game news, right? Plus, Premium members unlock exclusive content like bonus videos, behind-the-scenes drops, and more from your favorite creators. This guy. Right now, Rumble is offering $10 off an annual subscription. Just go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO at checkout. That's rumble.com/premium, promo code STUDIO. No ads, more freedom and content you actually care about. That's the deal. Bam, bam. Making 12 cents possible. Possible 20 cents. Who knows? Who knows? Thank you for being around, guys. Yeah, what do you think about this situation with the Stalker creator and this small gaming studios DMCAing their asses? I don't think it's going to be successful. You don't own the patent sitting around a campfire, playing guitar, and having masks on. Meh, don't care. Okay. I mean, I get it. It's more about not that game in particular or those studios in particular. It's more like the mindset of some studios. Like they think they own certain aspects of gaming. And I hate that stuff. I just hate it. I really, really hate it. Deep down, I wish them like all bad things. I shouldn't. I know that. But you don't DMCA stuff like that. You have hard evidence or get the fuck out of here. That's my point. I'd have to see more footage of both games. No, according to them, according to Valve, that's enough evidence here. Ouch, my junk. According to them. That's my point. If that's the whole thing, it's just a power move here. Strong arm, little studios there. Rumble ad on Rumble is like picking up chicks at family reunion. Need fresh blood, not incest. I mean, depends if you're living in Alabama or not. That sounds like a very thing to do there. This isn't just another emulator. I can't believe we are getting a new 8-bit console that's not a NES clone. That's how this new console looks like. It's called Game Tank. And it's like a whole new experience. A whole new 8-bit hardware here in 2025. It's weird, but it's happening. Well, I like stuff like that. I'm not going to buy it, but still, if you have too much money, go get one. It's the year 2025, and a brand new 8-bit video game system is apparently planning to burst into the scene. Designed by Port Washington-based developer Clyde Schaffer, the Game Tank is pitched as an entirely new breed of hardware for the next generation of 8-bit games. Rather than serving as yet another best retro console contender for playing existing classics, this system will run its own library using a refined architecture. And that's how it looks like. I don't know about the visuals. It has like the 3D printed parts for now. It might be molded later if enough orders come in, I assume. The controller looks like, holy crap, kind of like a Super Nintendo controller, but the D-pad is super far away. It feels like from the buttons here, the A, B, and the elongated C here, and this glitter blue here. That might be a bad move, man. That might be a bad move. I like the fact that they are trying a new 8-bit, completely new 8-bit console, but I think it's not going to be very successful. It's going to be a very niche product for hardcore video game console collectors. The result? Well, Schaffer has actually shared some demos of a few games featuring smoother and more fluid animations, like the hardware promises. Despite featuring a minuscule 512 kilobyte RAM and a 3.5 megahertz W65C O2S CPU, I don't know anything about this one. Outings like the action platformer Ganymede look like a modern 4 retro indie game you'd find on Steam. And I think it's just fair if you watch this one together. Making sure the browser audio is on, yes. And yes, it's only on one side, the audio. That's not my fault, sorry. I absolutely hate the interlaced footage here though. Interlaced means you see like the lines. It's not progressive, scanned. Full pictures. But the signal is analog, so what you expect, I guess. Gameplay wise, although it looks like a very smooth experience. Just saying. Looks like very refined gameplay there. So yeah, and here we have the PCB. A lot of chips. I wonder what all those chips do and what chips those exactly are. It has 2 PCBs connected together. 2 serial ports for the controllers here. RCA output, only analog. They should have changed it maybe to an RGB output. Do you have some progressive footage? I don't know. But yeah, even the cartridge slot is its own one. The cartridges have to be produced completely from the ground up. Here you see it again. Like a small cartridge, maybe like 2 inches wide. I like stuff like that. I like when people try new stuff, but making it look old. What would Dan West say about it? I don't know. He doesn't know it. He should watch my news to know about stuff like that. Trinitron spotting. Trinitron? No. Oh, you mean that TV? Yeah, I mean it was connected with a composite, so not the quality of Trinitron. We'll catch the rest of the show later. Okay, Bimo, take care, buddy. How much it costs? Good question. I haven't scrolled down to any prices. I don't think I saw any prices in the first place. Here again, the top-down view. I absolutely hate the controller design though. They didn't want to make it like absolutely like a Super NES controller, meaning a little bit dent here. And it's just so far away looking. Looks weird. Yeah, I don't see any prices. You're gonna find out later at one point. I mean, I kind of am intrigued just to test it out myself. But other than that, I'm not gonna spend any more thoughts on it. I love that people are trying new stuff. I absolutely love that. You know what I love too? When the Japanese actually like to be involved in their shops, when they own a shop and they just don't want to rip off customers. You know? Like protecting customers. Not the government, but certain shops here. Yahoo Auctions Japan is fighting scalping by banning sellers from listing new games at higher than retail price. The company, which runs the popular Yahoo Auctions and Yahoo Flea Market sites in Japan, has announced that every new game release will have a cap on how much it can be sold for. According to Yahoo, every time a new game is released in Japan, a restriction will be placed on it for its first month, during which sellers won't be able to sell the game for any more than its retail asking price. In recent years, particularly immediately after release, popular items have been resold at prices significantly above the manufacturer's suggested retail price, causing problems and raising the demands to create an environment where users can trade at proper fair prices. The statement reads, was translated via machines. On Yahoo Flea Market and Yahoo Auctions, we have until now responded to unfair resale practices such as listings without inventory and image theft. For the recently released Nintendo Switch 2 in June 2025, in order to prevent market disruptions in the secondary distribution market, we took a strong step and prohibited listings. Now, to continue ensuring a safe environment for usage, we will implement from Thursday, 13 November 2025, in the game category, a measure to prohibit the sale of new game software at prices above MSRP for a certain period. We will continue to strive to realize a fair and healthy trading environment and appreciate your understanding and cooperation. I think it's a nice move because it seems like Japan had this problem with stupid people who just bought games without looking if they are available at the regular stores for the regular price. And it possibly prevents some scalping, you know, because it seems to be a problem there for some reason, odd reasons. Yahoo says that it finds a listening that violates its guidelines by attempting to sell a game for more than its retail price. It will be deleted, the listening, and potentially suspend the seller's account. This is the latest attempt by a Japanese company to fight the problem of scalping. Ahead of the release of Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo announced that it had formed a partnership with Yahoo, Mercari and Rakuten Rakuma to prevent the unauthorized listening of products related to Nintendo, including Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo and the three marketplaces vowed to take action against unauthorized Switch 2 listenings, including proactive listening removal and the setup of a cooperative framework that will let each marketplace share information. So yeah, scalping not easy doable anymore, meaning you can't just go buy the game on in regular stores, pre-order maybe getting it earlier through certain channels, and just selling it for a way higher price. Not that it's needed at this very moment, maybe it comes a little bit too late, who knows, because Switch 2 is now available pretty much everywhere for the regular price, so the availability is there, no scalping needed. I hope they do that with GPUs in the future or with new releases in the future. That might prevent like scalping. So there would be no way for scalpers to benefit. They have still eBay though, right? On the other hand, it's like, yeah, why are you getting involved in people's businesses, really? If somebody is willing to pay a higher price for a product to get it, why are you getting involved here? You're protecting here only Nintendo at this very moment, for the most part. Let me get here a sip of tea before we go to the last news piece, which I find super retarded. And I don't mind if they just vanish. And with they, I mean the Funko Pop. I absolutely hate those Funko Pop figures. I hate the design in general, those big eyes, those empty eyes, that stupid elongated horizontal face. And they are not doing good. I think people had enough. I think people had enough of them too. Funko Pop is $241 million in debt as it issues dire warning. Last week, the Funko Pop company hit investors with a dramatic disclosure. There's substantial doubt about the company's ability to continue as a going concern for the next 12 months, it revealed in its latest quarterly earnings report. This is the company warning that it's at its increasing risk of defaulting on its loans. How much is that? Roughly $241 million. I don't think the banks will accept payment in the form of one-piece Funko Pops. Yeah, I think they don't care for that cheap-ass plastic. And it is cheap-ass plastic because that seems to be one of the reasons. I'm pretty sure it's not the main reason here for them being in trouble. I think people had just enough. I mean, how many of those figures do you want? Like from every IP, from every franchise? It's not creative, in my opinion. Just putting this head on those figures doesn't make it more appealing to me, at least. I hated it from the very first moment I saw it. That was maybe something like 8 years ago, in my case. And I saw it just flooding GameStops here in Switzerland. Shelves and shelves being just put with Funko Pops, more Funko Pops, even more Funko Pops. That's why we had the thumbnail, the preview picture, with those shelves just being full with all kinds of Funko Pop. Like every figure, every IP, every franchise, every character imaginable, they put on just this big head with those stupid eyes and call it a deal here. I absolutely hated that from the very first moment on. And the GameStops in particular just were, from time to time I visited them, more and more filled with Funko Pops only. So how long can that go well, right? So yeah. I want to reiterate the sense of urgency and opportunity around our Make Culture Pop strategy, executing across the intersection of culture, creativity, and commerce. Josh Simon, who just joined us as CEO in September after 5 years at Netflix, said during the latest earnings call. In the short term, I'm looking to maintain the momentum, the chief financial officer discussed. What momentum? What fucking momentum are you talking about? The momentum of your downfall? I think you're using your words not wisely at this moment. Is Funko in trouble? He continued, over the long term, what's most exciting to me, and I hope is equally exciting to our investors, are the multiple opportunities to transform the company for substantial growth. We have a strategic advantage from building this company over the last 27 years, and we intend to leverage that legacy and relationship with our community of fans to take advantage of the huge opportunity in the increasingly global world of entertainment and pop culture fandom. I never understood Funko Pops. Me neither, man. I hate those faces. I absolutely despise them. Who doesn't love multiple opportunities to transform the company for substantial growth? Is the question here. But the numbers are bad. Funko Pop lost $1 million last quarter, a harsh drop from the over $8 million in profit it made a year ago. Why is the collectible company tumbling off a cliff? You might think it has something to do with losing certain big licenses to competitors or flooding the market with way more junk than even the most die-hard fans are willing to absorb. But the biggest kiss of death came back in the spring in the form of President Trump's trade war. Tariffs hit sales of cheap toys manufactured overseas hard. Is that the case though? I mean, that has for sure some impact. But if you call it cheap in the first place, like putting tariffs, 100% tariffs, for example, on a 5-cent product in the first place, doesn't make it more expensive for the end consumers here. Or for you in the sales, you know? I just can't imagine that tariffs are here really to blame, especially for plastic-only products. Why don't you mold it in the US if that's the real issue? Have you start building, like manufacturing in the US since you learned about that? Because if you didn't, it's not gonna go better in the future. Just saying. If that's your main case you're trying to build here, tariffs being the problem, it's not gonna get better just by producing more. Because obviously the more was not an issue here. You had plenty, way too much of this plastic crap figures in the shops already. I think we might see the downfall of the Funko Pop crap because people just had enough. You have only so much money to spend because the whole life is gonna get more expensive since the downfall pretty much of the economics, even in the US. Inflation is a thing. I keep telling people that. It's not gonna stop just on Funko Pop stuff and products. If you have to pay more for food and rent, you know, you might not have enough money for new Funko Pop crap. So that might be an issue here overall. So yeah, I don't think you really saw what is happening, and you probably can't save your company. Funko Pop mystery boxes to the rescue. The company claims that that's all in the past. However, and the new CEO is touting to a big anticipated boost from the upcoming releases of Stranger Things final season and Wicked for Good. So your whole success, you're relying on 2 other franchises, meaning here in particular mentioned Stranger Things and Wicked. Really? You're gonna overcome these troubled times with those 2 franchises? That's a risky business you're having there. He also was also very proud of Funko's recent Dodgers Championships 5-pack. which he attributed to the company's new quick strike team that can essentially take any major pop culture event in the world and merchandise it at warp speed. By far my favorite secret Funko strategy to not go bankrupt is its new Bitty line of minifigures. That's right. The company's brilliant maneuver in its time of distress is just making Funkos smaller and combining them with loot boxes. We are also planning new innovative retailer experiences, such as selling Bitty Pop products through vending machines with a surprise of mystery element to the purchase experience. The executive team said during the call last week, inspired. Yeah, that sounds like a good deal, right? Making them smaller and like hiding them, not to see what you're gonna get. That can go well for a short period of time, I think. But even then, if people have not enough money for other products or stuff for living itself, they are not gonna buy just your smaller Funko Pop figures there. Yeah, I mean, I'm a retard. I don't know. I'm also not a prophet. Will Funko Pop still be around in 5 years? Will it be acquired by another toy company or chopped up for parts in private equity buyout? It's hard to say. You maybe made here a little typo. I don't care personally, but it is a thing. Funko Pop is a thing, and some people love them to death and just buy like every new Funko Pop that comes out, collecting every Funko Pop figure they can. I don't see any appeal in it. I always thought like they looked stupid. I always hated them from the very first moment on. And right now they are in troubles. And JP Morgan is going to figure out a payment structure. Who knows? I don't think so. It's going to go well, though. I hope they go bankrupt. That's just my private, very personal opinion here. Are you a Funko Pop fan? If yes, better get them quick before they're gonna go bankrupt and no more new Funko Pop products. Well, we did it quick today. Chat was kind of silent, but it is what it is, man. If people don't care for hard gaming news, it is what it is. My name is Ike. That was TAGN, the Angry Game News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I talk about video games, movies, and TV shows. Try to focus on video games because that's what is missing, in my opinion, mainly on Rumble. Thank you for being around. Thank you very much for the big monies there, Haste. Much appreciated, as usual. And we're going to see us again on Wednesday. Maybe tomorrow. If some stuff arrives tomorrow, I might make a premium-only view just in the background here, preparing stuff and talking to the chat. Who knows? Bye-bye. Take care.